one of the best advices I've ever heard in terms of you wanting to become someone, which is you have a mental image in your head, you think it's cool, and you want to be that. One of the best advice that I ever received regarding this, I don't want to say a problem, because it's hardly a problem, this thing, let's say, alright, is in order to be the person from your mind, you have to do what the person from your mind would do. You're imitating. You're playing the game and trying to imitate someone's behavior, okay? So you want to be a fit person. You're up for a six-pack, let's say, right? You do exactly what a person with a six-pack would do. You're exercising a lot. Whatever exercises you're into, your diet is very strict, very, very strict, and there are like almost no exceptions to it. You are fine with being hungry all the time and with things making you hungry. I've seen a reel by one of the fitness influencers that tries to show the darker side of being extremely like shredded, and he said that even his dog's food makes him hungry, and his dog's poop, because it smells like his food, also makes him hungry. That's how hungry he is all the time. So you gotta be into that. And so what I like about it is that, well, first things first, not only doing what that person would do actually gets you to the actual image that you have in your head, you can actually become what you think. That's so cool. That's really cool. But what's even cooler is that you'll probably realize you don't fucking want to. That's even better, because what is better than realizing a dream? Getting rid of a dream. That's even better. That's way better. You don't have a burden of the desire anymore. That's way better. That's amazing. Because if you want to get shredded and you're on this strict diet and you're exercising a lot, whatever path you're taking, because it doesn't have to be a lot of cardio. Actually, a lot of shredded people is just a lot of walking and weightlifting, and that's how they're shredded. Like, it's not like they're running, 24/7. When you're doing it, you realize that, hey, this is not the life I want to have. This is not what I want. And that's why I think is really the best advice, because you realize that whatever image you have in your head, as cool as this image look like, living this image is not cool at all. It is as if you would see a beautiful painting and you'd be like, hey, I want to be able to make a painting as beautiful as that. The outcome is really beautiful. It's something really to look at and enjoy and praise even. But think about it. Painting is probably one of the most difficult things a human being can do. That's my personal opinion. I tried a bit of drawing only, so I have, like, let's say no experience whatsoever. But Jesus Christ. I would say that the magic 10,000 hours is actually not enough. Because when you look at the people, I know the people that are painting, and they are not painters because they are very average. Why they are very average? Because they spend only like a few thousand hours on it. And it takes so much incredible effort, so much unbelievable practice. Nobody even thinks that painters start when they're like little kids. Most of the time. Not every single time, but most of the time. So nobody takes those years to the account. Whenever they turn 18, they already probably had 10,000 hours. And they are just starting. So if you're a painter, man, you're awesome. Honestly, what the hell you're doing? It's great. It's great. So you want to do you want to paint a beautiful painting, but do you want to go through the whole process of practicing through all those years and all the bad paint you still have to do along the way? Do you really want to go through it? Then you realize, hey, maybe I can just enjoy someone else's painting. There'll be no ego involved, unfortunately. Oh my God, into saying that, hey, I did it because I did not, but I will still be able to enjoy it without becoming the person that is doing the painting. So here's the thing. If you do have an image, let's say, from the first example, of a shredded person, and you're like, this image is so cool, I want to become it, but you realize that the effort that it takes to become this person is too great for you to bear, can you actually enjoy a shredded person? Can you look at it and be like, oh, that's so cool, that's amazing? I really appreciate how your body looks like. I really appreciate the effort you put in. You look great. Because maybe this is your little scrap of pleasure you can get for free. That is actually for free. No effort involved. You don't have to pay anyone. You don't have to go in uni. You don't have to go to the gym. You can just enjoy it. It's way more difficult to enjoy it, isn't it? Because it's not you, and that's the whole point. That's the whole point. It's like you want to enhance the image of yourself by adding this six-pack. You're a little better because of that, you know? I have it like that with fitness industry because I'm not a fit person. I do go to the gym for 4 times a week regularly. But I'm nowhere to be shredded, like nowhere near to be shredded, nowhere near to be jacked or even like look good or anything. But I do enjoy when people do look good. It takes a tremendous amount of effort or tremendous amount of steroids, okay? That's also the way. I don't recommend it or anything, but it's also a way, you know. I had looked at with cars. I was really throwing a fit about the fact that I don't have cool cars. Like, I do not own a cool car. Particularly, my absolute favorite is Jaguar XJ6, being produced between 1995 and 1998. This particular model. Don't get me wrong, models a little before or a little after. Hell, newest Jaguars as well. Jaguars are just so awesome. They're all cool. But this particular one, I don't know why it looks so cool. It looks so American to me. It's probably an insult since Jaguar is a British company. But still, anyway, doesn't really matter. I like it. I really, really like it. And there are a few of them around where I live. Not too many of them, unfortunately. But from time to time you can see one. I've seen one today. That's why I thought about it during recording of this podcast episode. I really enjoy how they look like, but owning them, let's think about it. If you want to own one of the, maybe not classic yet cars, but old luxury cars that you would have to really take care of. First things first, you don't drive it every day. This would break the car. Secondly, you have to have a garage to keep it dry. Thirdly, you will pay fuckload for maintenance. Let's say you will have $5,000 to buy it. But how much you will pay for maintenance is absolutely nuts. Absolutely nuts. So you have to have a lot of money, you have to have a house of your own with a garage, and you will have to have a spare car in addition to this car because you don't want to use it every day. This is what it takes to have this particular Jaguar for me. So, therefore, instead of working 3 jobs to be able to afford it with, all this stuff, I would probably have to work for like 20 years to buy a house, to buy a car, buy a spare car, then maintain a car. You know what I mean? Absolutely nuts. It's just not worth it. I really enjoy what it looks like. When I see it on the street, when I see it driving, that happens less frequently. I enjoy the look of it so much. It's such a cool car. It would be great to have it, but I can't afford it. You want another example? Have yourself an extremely attractive sexual partner. Who can actually afford it? Who can actually afford it, honestly? Like, even any of your friends are being currently with someone that is a total bump, is like a total 100 out of 10, you know what I mean? Like, no. You see those people on covers of the magazine, maybe. Very, very rarely in public, because there are not that many super attractive people, otherwise they wouldn't be super attractive. But here's the thing, you would wish to, be with a super attractive person? Oh my god, like, don't even get me started. First things first, get yourself in shape. Secondly, because the person is so extremely attractive, is most likely arrogant as fuck. Because the person gets so much attention and praise in their life, they believe that they deserve everything. They probably do. Can you afford to live with a person like that? So narcissistic. So arrogant, you know what I mean? So to everything comes a price. And looking at the outcome of someone's life, looking at the final image, and not taking into account that the person needs to live their life and needed to get to this point somehow and has to maintain it. That's something nobody wants to talk about. I used to also dream of being a programmer so much, and I did a little bit of programming. I wouldn't say fair bit, but that would be a lie. I did learn the basics of C# and JavaScript, and I started learning C++, but that was that. No, I don't want to do that. I don't want to stare into a code 8+ hours a day, 5, 6, 7 days a week. I do not want to do that. But being a programmer sounds so cool, right? The images in your head, they all feel so extremely abstract, don't they? They have nothing to do with the reality, because whenever you start testing them, whenever you start living a life of a person you would wish to become, suddenly you realize, my God, this is not a life I want to have. But these are good things to do, just trying things in the world. Absolutely nothing wrong with that. That's what life is about. That's what you should do. And maybe you'll realize what you actually want to do. But for me, like the things that I do on a daily basis, those things came to me, none of them came to me out of dreaming about becoming a person like that. So far, every single dream I had about becoming a certain kind of person proved to not work for me. I wanted to be a programmer, I wanted to be a mathematician, I wanted to be fit person, like a gym person, you know what I mean? I wanted to be a CrossFitter. Oh my God, that went wrong. That went wrong. I wanted to be very, very, very much into like powerlifting as well. That didn't go well as well. I wanted to be a streamer. I wanted to be a podcaster. And I realized that what I really like to do is I like talking shit. And I don't have a lot of people listening to me. I don't have no one listening to me. So I just put it blindly into the internet. It is just there. I don't edit it. The recording quality is shit. I'm not a podcaster. I just talk shit, Because if I wish to be a podcaster, I would have to really, really pay a lot of attention to the quality. Prepare myself for all the episodes, stuff like that. But no. All the stuff that I'm doing currently are stuff that happened because I felt like it. I have a driving job because I felt like it. I have an Etsy shop because from time to time I have design ideas. So I have that, right? I am having this little podcast because I am from time to time having a time where I want to talk. So there it is. That's the result of that. So what about reversing the process? What about not trying to become a person from your head, but instead do what you feel like you really want to do and see what will be the outcome? What about that? Your original way. No copying, no jealousy, no trying to become something or trying to fit yourself to a certain box. What about that? How does that sound? Certainly not as exciting, right? But don't you think that this is really the only way for you to find who you really want to be? For you to find what really, really works for you and what makes you happy, what makes your life valuable? I will finish this episode with a quote from Krishnamurti that I really, really love. The quote is, "The life is a study of attention. Wherever your attention go, the life follows." And I really, really love it because I believe it's true. So focus your attention on what works for you, what makes you happy, what makes you fulfilled, what gives you the meaning, what is great for you, for the people around you, for the whole world. And see if it really is. Try the things out. Because if your priority would become to focus your attention fully on asking yourself over and over again, is this where I should be? Is this what I like? Is this what I should do? Instead of, what I should do to, fit this image in my head. Maybe in this way, you would actually find the answer. You would find the answer, what is good for you? What works for you? What makes you happy? And you'll have a very good, happy fucking life. How does that sound?